bigger. How much longer can I hide it for, Ruby?
Anyone home?
It's Billy. Oh. I've been keeping this one back. It's a Brunhilde Magnifique for the adipose lady of advancing years.
You call in, son?
Came in on the tide. Been up since 3:30.
Hello, you.
Hello. Hello.
Good voyage.
Was all right. No artist.
Oh, gone to mass again.
Any passengers of note this time, son?
Duke of Manchester. No one else, really. John Barrymore.
John Barrymore?
Joined the ship when we stopped off at Gibraltar. He had a stateroom on my deck, and I held the bowl when he was seasick.
Did you get his autograph?
No, but I nicked one of his business cards.
What's this?
Miniature pineapples. I bought them in the market.
What's the matter? There's a snake in the kitchen.
10 a penny snakes when I was in cartoon with General Allenby. I wouldn't keep waving that fish slice, Mr. Moss. He's moving a bit aggressively.
Hey, what are you going to do? Go and fetch your lodge fruit and charm it?
Is it poisonous?
I can't see any fangs.
What do you mean you can't see any fangs?
There, he's calming down now. We'll need a jar to put him in.
I have one. In the yard. They're cold-blooded. Take them from me. No? I'll take them back then. What you have to realise is they're perfectly harmless.
Are you Mr. Moss?
I am. Can I help you, madam?
Actually, it's Miss Bird. I've heard that you're in possession of an exotic animal.
It's in the kitchen.
I'm a mistress at Denby Street Council School, Mr. Moss, and also teach a night school class. I'm always looking for interesting speakers to talk to my adult students, and I wondered whether you might come and show us all your snake.
All right. Would you be wanting a very scientific explanation, Miss Bird?
That would be marvellous. Perhaps the snake as a representative of all reptiles, cold-blooded, invertebrate. I'm sure you know the form. Shall we say Thursday evening? The class begins at 7.
All I have to do is ascertain its genus. And if I can't, I'm going to have to stand in front of a night school class, complete with teacher, and look like an uneducated fool.
I don't know why you want to go so much. You want to throw it in the dock? Keeps looking at me. It's putting me off my chocolates.
Kelly? Anyone at home?
Come in, Father.
I just called for my missionary money.
Oh.
Ah. So, this is the famous serpent. Fancy that. It's a Montpellier snake. Molpelon monspersulinus.
How do you know?
Well, my order often sends priests to other countries. When I was at the seminary, we'd have to go to lectures about the dangers of abroad.
Is it deadly?
Well, if it bites you, send for help.
Anything else you think we should be told? The Molpelon monspersulinus is a rear-fanged snake, meaning its maxillary teeth curve in the direction of its throat. This enables it to poison its prey with ease, but it makes it much more difficult for it to bite a human being.
Excuse me?
Joseph.
What does it prey upon?
In its native European countries, it's inclined to seek out lizards, other snakes, and rodents. Over here, the wee fella has to make do with the rodents.
Evening.
Evening, Frank.
No snake?
Oh, come on, performance down at night school.
Oh. Don't you get bored sewing stockings all day?
I'm not sewing them. I'm hand finishing them. Besides, they're silk. Think about the ladies and the girls who be wearing them. Where they go when they've got them on. You don't just go anywhere in silk stockings. This is going to lead a most exciting life.
It's already got a more exciting life than me.
You're not getting out much.
There's nothing doing round here, except the picture house. And I don't like going on my own.
Oh, why's that?
I've got a really loud laugh.
No, you haven't.
Queenie Higgs shined a torch on me in the Keystone Cops. Said if I laughed again, she'd throw me out.
She doesn't own the place. I'll go with you.
To the picture house.
Queenie Higgs won't shout at me. What's on next Saturday?
Charlie Chaplin.
I shall see you there.
Mr. Moss, where does all your knowledge come from?
My knowledge of snakes?
Not just that. Your skill with animals and with herbs. You have a reputation for your remedies.
Oh. I grew up in County Antrim. My mother was the wise woman in our village, and I used to watch her working. You could cure whooping cough and lame legs, and she treated colic in horses and babies the same.
She sounds remarkable.
Well, I think she wasn't always as remarkable as she might have been. My father was a gravedigger, and I can recall him burying our patients. There'd be a bad atmosphere around our house on funeral days.
Oh, I'm no stranger to tension in the home. My mother is a spiritualist medium. You wouldn't believe the din and the knocking that goes on in the parlour.
You have no truck with that at all?
I do not, Mr. Moss. This world is full of factual entrancements. I see no reason to invent another realm. Mr. Moss, I'm sure our evening classes would be of no interest to you, but would you perhaps like to join us on one of our cultural excursions?
One of your cultural excursions?
We're going to the Walker Gallery this Sunday. The details are here.
I'd have to see.
Of course.
Just New York this time, son?
I'll be back on the 13th.
Your birthday?
Yes?
Oh, we'll do something nice for you.
Oh! What's going on?
It's Friday. Our Lord was crucified on a Friday, and eating meat is an insult to his memory.
I don't recall that pigs came into it.
I'd keep quiet about pigs if I were you.
It's nothing to do with pigs. It's to do with fasting. We're meant to eat frugally in acknowledgement of his suffering.
I've brought us all some Finn and Haddie.
Fish is for cats and invalids. I have never eaten fish.
I'm not cooking any more meat on Fridays.
You didn't cook it. Ruby did.
Like she does most mornings, while you're busy bending down before your grieving idols.
Well, a lot of you give it a bloody rest. Here. Go and buy more bacon. I'm going back to sea.
And go to the co-op, mind. I'm not eating any of that Hartman stuff.
Why?
Because the man's a Bolshevik, that's why. The other night, as I walked past, I heard he was playing the Internationale on his gramophone.
Joseph has a very varied musical taste. You're just plain narrow-minded. Never think anything new, never go anywhere different. You're like something that got left behind inside the ark. Dada thinks if people like you get what they want, someone's going to shoot the king.
Maybe he's right.
Don't joke about it. He cried when they killed the Tsar of Russia.
You know, Ruby, we've been friends for months.
Yeah.
And I had been wondering whether you wanted to come out with me one evening.
Just as friends.
Already friends. They're showing the new Charlie Chaplin at the cinema next Saturday.
All right. Just give me the bacon and wrap it in plain paper.
suppose that is exactly how it looked. Seems so odd to have to rely upon an artist's interpretation of events now that we have photography.
It would have been chaos, Miss Bart. Men scrambling, smoke in their eyes and mouth. Not all the sailors grouped and your man propped up so as everybody can see. But that is how you give things magnitude. That is how you say, this is not a story of the commonplace.
Quite.
My Christian name's Nelson.
After the Admiral?
No, after the pub my father used to drink in. I think my mother's been a bit sarcastic.
I don't hold with strong drink.
Nor do I. Neither did my wife. God rest her lovely soul. No, I took the pledge when all the children were just wee ones. Don't you wish you could see a newsreel of this? Everybody moving.
I've never seen a newsreel. In fact, I've never been to a picture house.
Will you let me take you? No. You invited me here. You've shown me things I've never seen. It's a fair swap.
Yes, it is.
Can you not do that in your bedroom?
The gas has gone funny. I can't keep the tongs hot.
Why are you tonguing your head in any pace?
I'm going for a walk. Get off my hairpins.
I'm going to see a corset client. Do you want me to look like I crawled through a hedge?
Will you shift from that mirror before you wear it out?
Do you want to see another tongs and all?
No, I'd like a comb actually.
What's going on? Have you introduced the dress code down the pitch and toss?
Moss?
Hello, Frank.
Charlie Chaplin this week.
Just butchered this pig, it has to go in the cauldron. I saved you to Trotters. Do you want them in plain paper?
Are you two coming in or what?
I'm waiting for someone.
And I'm taking the air.
Well, you want to get your skates on, the pianist's tuning up. And I'll be listening for that laugh, you. You're on a warning.
Were you meeting her?
Yes.
Get inside and get her some chocolates. Now, one.
Mr. Moss! Sorry. My mother's been taken ill. I found her on the floor. I can't get her up.
Oh, right. You're fine. You're fine. Don't fret now. We'll sort her out. How far is it?
I think about Jesus all the time.
Well, Jesus Christ was a very great teacher.
I don't think of him as a teacher. I think of him as a man. It's like that thing they say. Jesus is the unseen guest at every meal. I imagine him in the kitchen, sitting at the table.
Why do you bring that with you today?
Because he makes me wish my family weren't there. He makes me resent everything I do for them.
Think of Martha in the Bible. She served, she cleaned the house, and Jesus loved her.
He loved his sister Mary more. She sat at his feet and listened while he spoke.
And he said to Martha Mary chose the better part.
Go. Go. Say 2 Hail Marys, 1 Our Father, and you think about the value of the work that you do.
Interesting place for a walk.
I never knew he was your corset client.
Don't pull her arm. With the weight you'll dislocate her shoulder.
Oh, I saw you in action once, I think. There was a cabos down on the cobbles. You used ropes.
Right, you've nothing broken. You've just given yourself a wee dead leg. Come on. I'll give you a hand.
Oh, I had an especially rigorous séance yesterday. Ectoplasm erupted from my lips. I'm always like this when the spirits have poured forth.
She won't take money for her mediumship. People pay her in sherry. Drove my father wild. Would you like to see one of my cabinet collections? I've put the kettle on for tea. It'll whistle when it boils.
That would be lovely.
Shells, eggs, or butterflies?
Eggs.
It's the labelling I love. You bring home these trophies of the wild, and then you assess and you dock at them. Find out their Latin name.
I like the Latin names of things.
Mostly it soothes me. Seeing them so ordered, so sure of what they are. But sometimes they just look like the graves of things. Monuments to creatures that never really were.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I should have controlled myself.
He needs exercise, it'll get deformed.
Frank! Can I ask you a favour?
What?
Billy's coming home soon, and it's his birthday. And I was wondering if you'd make him a proper ice cake with marzipan. He loves marzipan. Oh, please. We're not doing anything else to celebrate, and last time he was home, he seemed a bit fed up.
Mate, no. I had no choice when I was in the army, but the war's over now.
Your mum said that your cream horns were mentioned in dispatches.
Mate, people will think I'm a quilt.
Don't mind me. I'm just getting a drink of water.
And wash your hands while you're at it. There's a smell of raw mint.
Joseph and I are just friends.
Oh, have you got any pennies for the gas?
In my handbag. Help yourself.
trotters. In your handbag.
You were kissing Frank, Gagny May. Was that true?
Why, May? You shouldn't be walking out with anyone, never mind kissing them, not in your condition.
Maybe I'm doing it because of my condition. I can't keep hiding it forever. News is gonna get out. I won't be able to show my face anywhere. Not in the cinema, not in the street. Frank's just Frank. I've known him all my life.
Mr. Beagle's van's due at past. Will you ask the lad to weigh them? Not sure how much I'm owed.
Are there any going spare?
You've had your misshapes for the week.
Lemon creams. Our Iris, my eldest, made them.
How kind of her.
I'm saying nothing, except beware men bearing gifts.
Has it finished?
No. The film must be broken. If it happens less than halfway through, you can go to the office and get your money back.
No, I'd rather stay.
Oh, my wife would never stay. She always used to say that once a film was broken, she knew it wasn't real. She'd have to come another day and start the illusion from scratch. Miss Bird, I mentioned my wife again.
I didn't notice.
I noticed. I notice every time I mention her when I'm with you. And I wonder what you would think of her.
Friendship.
Aye.
Well, maybe she doesn't think anything at all. Rationalists like myself believe that the dead are no more. Their memory can be cherished, but they have no thoughts on any matter whatsoever.
I suppose.
Whereas spiritualists like my mother would say that if your wife wasn't happy, she would let you know.
Huh. She would too.
She's not in. It's school teaching hours.
I know, the school teaching hours. I brought you a bottle of Orker's tonic wine.
You'll be wanting a favour then?
Madam, I want permission to court your daughter. And a séance.
I'm not promising we'll get through. Communication with the other side is not a science. That's why Myrtle's turned her face against it. Have you a little dog that's gone to spirit?
I have several.
Well, it's putting its head on your knee. I see 2 rings. One larger than the other. It's a woman. She passed over because of a pain in her stomach.
No, it was in her side. It was appendicitis. Mary. Mary.
She's turning away. She leaves her love with you.
Can I send her my love? Is there anything I can say to her?
She's gone.
Hoc est enim corpus meum, hic est enim calix sanguinem meum.
I don't object to you courting Myrtle, Mr. Moss. My only concern is to keep her safe from hurt.
I have daughters myself.
See, you are a tender man.
My wife was always the one who told me when I'd said too much, when I'd done too much, even when I'd drunk too much. But she never told me when I'd never said enough. And I think now about all the chances missed. All them silences I never even thought to fill.
It's the things we don't say that we regret. I have people shouting through the ether all the time.
Again, 4 times 5. Very good, Harry. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. Mr. Moss, this is my place of work.
There's a place where facts are acknowledged, where things are counted, and their shapes and their colours are named. It seems to me this is a very good place to tell the truth out loud.
What sort of truth?
The truth that will allow me to do more than kiss your hand.
Mr. Moss.
I loved one woman well, and I will love her, always. But I have a heart that is a living thing. It cannot be kept tied up. If I don't set it loose, it will shrivel and die for the lack of blood in it.
The heart can't die on its own, Mr. Moss.
Yes, it can.
You must control yourself. You must not say things that cannot be undone.
rub that out, you can scratch it off, you can paint it over with black, but it cannot be erased. For I have said it, and meant it.
You haven't said it.
I love you, Miss Bird. It is a fact.
You look unhappy.
I'm not unhappy. It was just a beautiful mass. It was the silence. There's nowhere else on earth I can go near that. There's never a minute's peace in our house.
It's a family home. It has its advantages.
I'm not sure I know what they are these days.
I'm sorry. I'll leave you.
Don't. I think I've a calling to become a nun, Father.
Iris is the quiet one. Well, at least she used to be the quiet one. May has the temper. No, Ruby has the temper. And Billy, well, he's a wonderful lad. I swear he walks 2 inches taller since he's been back at Cunard. He gets a respect, you see. The Duke of Manchester now will let nobody else unpack his case. Will you come to tea with us one Sunday? I'd like you to meet my children.
We shouldn't try to be too formal. It will make us all nervous.
I suppose.
What do you think they'll make of me?
I think they will find you a delight.
You shouldn't put royal icing on a Victoria sandwich. The texture of the sponge cake isn't firm enough.
You had your chance and you refused to take it.
It's him.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
And so say all of us.
What are you doing here?
He said we didn't want to be too formal. Thought I'd call round unexpectedly.
Oh. Hey! I'm glad I've got you all together. I would like to introduce my friend, Miss Bird. This is my son, Billy.
Miss Bird.
And Frank, who is walking out with me.
Hello.
And my eldest, Iris.
Iris, thank you for the lemon creams.
The lemon creams.
Ruby, my youngest, is in the ladies' apparel line. And that just leaves the snake, whom you've already met. Iris. Fetch Miss Bird a cup of tea. And get the cups with the violets on.
From Mama's cabinet in the parlour.
Yes.
I understand you work on the Aquitania, Billy.
I've just handed in my notice, actually. I signed off when we docked. I'd had enough.
Really, you had standing on that ship?
Yes, standing there with a mop and flaming bucket. I wasn't a steward, I was a vomit bowl with arms. Anyway, I've already got another job lined up.
That's nice.
Doing what?
Cocktail waiter at the Ocelot Bar.
The Ocelot Bar?
It's in town, behind the Empire Theatre. They've got a pianist and everything. I'll get to stand in for him when he's on his breaks.
Is that supposed to be some sort of consolation? To make up for the fact that you're working in a pub?
There'll be women preying on you.
It's more of a gentleman's club.
Billy, what would Mum have said?
Perhaps I ought to go.
Don't let them upset you.
2 of them are crying.
They were all born with their bladders too near their eyes. All I have done is make a friend. A female friend. I am a man, like any other. Now, when we lost your mother, yous ones lost a parent. I lost everything. Don't ask me to spend the rest of my life alone. Sure, I let you marry that conjurer. And you're walking out with him. In what way am I different from yous ones? In what way am I not deserving of the pleasure of companionship?
You're 43.
Oh, we'd have been all right if you hadn't brought that flaming snake home. I'm gonna get him through it down the grate.
Don't you dare!
Don't you dare!
Snakes are very sensitive creatures.
But it's so bad!
Got a day of it today. Gotta find myself white tie and tails by tea time for my new job.
We don't want to hear about your new job.
Any sign of the snake?
Sitting at the table. Without his wedding ring.
I hope your hand drops off.
I just wanted to kill him. It just hurts.
But loneliness hurts, Ruby. I'm not a widower, but I know that. Quick, in the cold room.
Four of your freshest pork fancies, please.
Oh, very good choice, sir. I use these with a recipe that comes from Moscow. It's very popular with Comrade Lenin.
You should have refused to save him. Coming in here and buying your pork fancies. He hasn't one principle left.
Love turns people's brains.
Do you think he's buying them for him?
One day, Ruby, love will turn your brain.
I don't think so.
One day, your father won't be the most important man in your life. It's to wipe your eye with. You don't seem to have a handkerchief.
I don't know, I just take change.
Even you will change, Ruby. Sooner or later.
I try not to.
We need to find an order that you're happy with, and an order that's happy with you.
Can it be that simple, Father?
With my recommendation, yes.
Shouldn't it be tested in some way? Shouldn't something have to happen to convince me that I'm right?
You've approached this sincerely. With prayer and with a pure heart. If you have a vocation, that should be enough.
What if I don't? What if I'm wrong?
I don't think you're wrong.
Thanks, Fran.
It was a pleasure.
You've been looking at the back of my head most of the time.
I love the back of your head. It was in front of me for 7 years at school. There's still things I don't know because your bow was so big it blotted out the blackboard.
I'm sorry.
When I was in the army, when I thought of you, it was your hair that I remembered. I was worried I'd forget the colour. But we had this electric kneading machine, and the cable at the back got frayed. You could see the wire inside it, all the copper threads shining through the casing. And when I missed you, I used to go and look at that. And it was like being sat behind you in our class again. I love you, May Moss. Do you think you could love me?
Yes, Frank. I think I could. Now off you go. You'll be late for your shift.
May! Don't walk away from me.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
And this young parishioner is unmarried.
Yes. I formed a particular friendship with her.
There are measures that can be set in place in circumstances such as these, Father. The emotions can be governed.
I know that. I've succeeded in that. Again and again since I took my vows, I have had to fight my human nature and treat my heart like it is some sort of bogeyman.
Do you wish to consider going on retreat? Do you want to be removed from the situation?
I've wanted her removed from the situation. She's come to believe that she has a vocation. She says she wants to be a nun. And I've encouraged her.
Because you believe she is correct?
No. Because I want her gone.
I meant to spend my dinner hour in school.
So what are you going to do? Tell the teacher on yourself? Come on, the kettle's boiling. Now, do you think you could manage a wee pork fancy? Herring gull. There are 3 others. The Malabar won't know it's gone. Now, this is not going in that cabinet with one of them Latin labels of yours, mind.
Isn't it?
No, I'm going to hatch it. I'll put it in the drawer beneath the range.
But you'll have herring gull in your kitchen.
No, I won't. We're going to set it free. And herring gulls live for 30 years. and more.
I thought you'd finished with me. I thought you didn't want to know.
My wife told me not to go near you, and you told me not to come near you. Can I? May. It's kicking.
Kicks all the time. I hate it.
Don't say that you hate it. Please. It's our child.
This isn't our child. This isn't a baby we can christen and dress in white and wheel out in a pram and get congratulations for. If you don't leave your wife, this here will be May Moss's bastard. Everyone will call it that. Like, it'll grow up with everyone despising
No!
it.
I want my name on the birth certificate.
I'll sew it in its jumper. That way people can read the small print before they spit on it.
You just said him. Not it.
With a slip of the tongue.
You feel it?
You want me to love it?
I love it. And we love each other, don't we?
Iris, sit up, sit up.
Is it better or worse?
Oh, Iris, what are you trying to do?
You said if it bites, you send for help. And it made it bite me. And I said to Jesus, if you want my life, save it. And he did. Could you have spoken more clearly than that? I wanted a sign, Father.
I'm taking you home. What you want is a poultice.
No? I can't hide it anymore. Oh,
The mouse. And here, sir.
Anna, come on.
It isn't up to you to force God's hand. There are a whole manner of discussions that need to be had before you even think about becoming a nun.
He didn't say that this morning.
I don't support you in this, Mr. Moss.
He didn't say that either. In fact, you encouraged me. I don't understand why you've changed your mind.
Iris.
Get out of my house!
Iris. I will pray for you.
Get out! Iris, this would have broken your mother's heart.
no, Dada. You would have broken my mother's heart.
Don't change the subject.
This is the subject. We're talking about loyalty and love and who we're true to.
Loyalty and love. Do you have one drop of either for any person in this house?
Have you?
We used to be a family, Dada. Now we're just 5 separate individuals. Coming and going, keeping secrets and not speaking.
I'll never let you go. You're needed here.
It isn't a matter of what's needed here. It's a matter of what God wants. And I believe it's what Mama wants too.
You can never know what Mama wants.
I can. I feel her with me every day.
I miss her by the hour. And it's not her presence I feel, it's her absence. And I am telling you, it racks me more than you can ever understand, girl.
Even now. Now you've got Miss Bird.
Less. Now that I have Miss Bird.
I knew we were finished. I knew when the glass broke on Mama's picture and you never bothered to replace it. At least Jesus gives his love eternally. Why should I sacrifice something so magnificent? You won't even sacrifice a girlfriend.
You seemed so sure they'd take to me. I never thought you'd have to choose.
I have to try and do the proper thing.
The proper thing for whom? Take your filthy tonic wine and go. Go back to your daughters.
It may please you all to know I am unattached again.
It's just as well. There's a lot of change in store.
I'm in trouble.
No.
And I can't get married. The father's married to someone else. Mrs. Brazendale.
I know it stings. May, I'll marry you.
No, Frank. You're somebody else's child.
I know that.
The thing is, Frank, I love the man whose child it is.
Come on now. Salt heals.
There's no use trying to stop me.
I don't intend to. Where do you go and your lady friends?
I don't have a lady friend.